Alright, I'm gonna show y'all what I did to save myself some money. This is my 2014 Chevy SS. Um, just got not too long ago, like a week ago. And of course it came with the chrome pieces. So what I did to try to save myself some money, instead of buying chrome pieces, I just painted mine. Like I said, of course, to paint the front pieces, you have to remove the bumper and all. But I did the conversion for the Holden logo anyway, so I had to take the bumper off. But like I said, as you can see, like, it was a really cheap, effective way to just do the blackout yourself. Like I said, this is just paint. Like I said, it's not perfect. I had an incident where I was painting outside and it started raining. So say this one had one or two like water spots because I left it out there to dry and didn't know it started raining. Like I said, I can go back and correct that later. But other than that, like I said, I think that was like the only piece that happened to. You got this outer ring here, and then this little piece right here. Like I said, that's just painted. And I'm gonna show y'all what I did. Today I'm gonna do the side pieces. See, I already took them out. I'm gonna show y'all what I did on those. Like I said, you can do the same thing, for your front. Save yourself $400 or $500 instead of, like I said, I may eventually in the future get the actual blackout pieces, but for now, time being, that worked perfect. I'm gonna see how it holds up. But like I said, I'll show y'all what I'm gonna do and how I did those. All right, this is all I used for the front. Of course, I started off, I'm gonna sand down the chrome, progressively working my way up to a firmer grit. Started with 400, 1500, and 3000. Like I said, just sanded it pretty decent. I didn't even go like too crazy. I just wanted to scratch it up. Like I said, I'll show you later. But that, I use a duplicate color automotive primer. It's sandable. That way, if after I primed it, I saw some spots I didn't like, I can go through and fine sand it with the 3000 to get it how I wanted it to be. Originally, I used the black gloss wheel coating as my base, and then of course I just used the clear gloss afterwards. But honestly, any black gloss paint or whatever paint color you want to paint, it'll work. I tried to use something that was at least hopefully stand up to the weather, that's why I used the wheel paint on those, because I know it should last since it's made for wheels. So, but I've seen people use engine enamel, heck, roll bar cage paint, any of that stuff, it'll work fine. Won't have any issues. Like I said, that's what I use on that, and it looks perfect. Like I say, but this time they didn't have any left, so I'm going with this duplicate color acrylic enamel. Say it's a multi-purpose coating. That'll work just fine. I'm gonna finish it with the gloss, the wheel gloss, clear coat. Like I say, I'm using that because hopefully I'm hoping to have a little stronger resistance. What I did for mine also, because I'm gonna ceramic coat the car, so I had sea quartz ceramic coating. So what I did on mine, after I finished painting them, I actually coated them with the ceramic coating. So you don't have to do that, but that's just what I did. Also, after you do your coat, I do 3 coats of primer, 3 coats of the base, and 2.5, 3 maybe of the gloss. I don't go quite as heavy on the gloss. Depending on how it looks, I may go through and wet sand it to 3000, of course, and after that it's going to kind of stuff it up again. And if that's the case, then I'll go through and I'll polish it afterwards, and that'll get the gloss back, and it actually kind of make it have more shine than it did before. I did that with a couple of the pieces. Like I said, before I did that though, I would clay bar it, then I would polish it, say clean everything up real good, and then put a coat of the Seaquick ceramic coating on it. That's pretty much all the products I use. So I'll go ahead and start now. Alright, so I started sanding. As you see, hopefully see if I can get in some better light for you to see it. Like I said, I'm not going too crazy with it. Like, I'm just trying to scratch it up a little bit. Pretty much give the primer a better coat to stick to. Like I said, there is a couple, you know, you see that dirty spots or water spots, you know, sanding it to kind of get those out too. So like I said, I'm just pretty much scuffing it up for now. I know I could have taken the inserts out, but I really don't feel like, you know, the tabs on the back for that, once you pop them, you know, I'll have to put some epoxy or something on it, dab of that on there to kind of secure it, and I didn't really feel like doing that. Plus, you know, my black insert part's kind of faded anyway, so I'm just going to paint it all together. Like I said, I've just been taking sandpaper and just pretty much lightly stuffing it. Let's see if I can. I've been doing that all by hand. Like I say, I'll go ahead and try to finish this piece up. Alright, let's see. As you can see, I didn't do nothing too crazy. Just kind of stuffed it. Mainly, I'm sanding mine purposely to just kind of lower any like imperfections that might be in there, kind of smooth it out. If it's any, maybe a little nick or something from a rock that might have hit it, just try to smooth it out. Like I say, and the little cuts do help the primer stick. So like I said, next I'm gonna primer it. Like I said, I do 3 coats of primer, real light coat on the first, light medium on the second, then the third I kind of go a little heavier. That sandable primer works pretty good, so you don't really have to be too perfect with it. It dries very well. So alright, I'm into my last coat of primer I'm about to put on. And like I said, it's pretty simple. I'm just spraying. This coat will probably be a little heaviest of all of them, and then from the primer, then I'll go to the actual gloss black. And this one I want to actually make sure it has a little wet appearance. Sorry, it's raining pretty bad here. Power's kind of flickering now. I'm in the garage. So. I'll let that dry. That'll be good enough for the for the primer. And then I'll go with my acrylic enamel. They do the same exact thing. Alright, now I just finished my last coat of black. Like I said, I did the same thing. 3 coats. Real light on the first, light medium on the second, then I went decently heavy on the last one to make sure when you painted it, it was kind of glossy. It had a wet look, so when it dries, it dried even. Once that dries, then I'll go with the clear. Alright, here's the end result. Like I said, I didn't really have any issues. Looks good. Perfect. Now I wish I could do the side trim, but I know those clips are gonna break, so I'll probably have to actually buy that one. But like I say, that's all I did, man. Sand it down, prime it, paint it with whatever color you want. Did a gloss clear coat, and then just because I had a ceramic kit, I just went ahead and ceramic coated it too. And like I said, here it is.